Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over Bitcoin, cryptocurrency market, and cryptocurrency proxies, and also a little bit of the NASDAQ. So NASDAQ is melting up, continuing to. Here's the thing, guys. I mean, with this, don't want to see this continue. In my opinion, we don't want to see this continue to melt up uh, vertically like this with Bitcoin in a correction. To me, that wouldn't be a good signal. You want to start seeing at some point along the lines the NASDAQ over here making a pretty decent correction, kind of like that, or even like that to get the correction, get it down, and then do a trend continuation. Okay, so I want to pay attention, make sure this does not do something like this and just keep going like that. Okay, with the NASDAQ, is that it's looking like this is going to continue on for a lot longer than people expect on the NASDAQ. Unfortunately, crypto is not participating, and it doesn't look like it's going to be participating as much as the tech stocks. That also kind of confirms to me, too, that the NASDAQ is looking like it's in a massive corrective bounce that could potentially even break all-time highs. So this is a wave here, and it's into a nice, massive corrective bounce, even up, who knows, beyond these highs up here, potentially. This is definitely target. This area is definitely going to be a target, 1435, and then the supply zone definitely up there would be a target too. But that's just speculation on that part. But this could be doing that and then come back down to this trend, maybe as far as a big correction for the NASDAQ guys. So I'm looking at MicroStrategy. A lot of people getting bullish, saw big green candles with it right here. And some of these assets are starting to make a mess because of all the uncertainty in the market and all the, the bears keeping everybody out. So the corrections extend is basically what's going on here. But this is MicroStrategy, same thing. It's looking like it's going into a temporary trend up into the middle of June, kind of like Bitcoin. So here it is, three-wave move. This here's your A, your B, more than likely. It looks like going to a C, and that might be able to break all-time highs too in this C wave move, guys. So with your three, and then it'll be coming back down for 3 into July. And then MicroStrategy has a wave here, nice correction. It was doing really, really well all the way up here, and now it's in this correction zone area. And then MicroStrategy, at that end of that correction, I think is going to be making a shot up to the box. Okay. What's it going to be doing from there? Don't know yet. Don't know yet, guys. So that's kind of what I'm looking for MicroStrategy right now, guys. So this is a proxy of Bitcoin. It's going to go along with Bitcoin. And temporarily for the period of the week, I think you're going to be seeing some sort of move right here. Definitely get up to the supply zone right there. Okay. And that means Bitcoin will probably be going up too. There's another one there, and it could go up even higher, guys. Okay. It's gonna be in a corrective bounce, in my opinion. A lot of people think it'll be going bullish. Probably, but it's 3, and more likely back down for 3 in this area. So this whole section is going to be a correction on MicroStrategy, more than likely, guys. So GBTC, same thing. Okay, GBTC is going to go along with Bitcoin. The targets for GBTC are as low as $10.30, and that doesn't sound like much, but from where it is right now, that is a 27% drop. And if GBTC will do that drop, then Bitcoin will probably be doing somewhere 20% or something like that too, guys. So you want to be aware of that. That's low-end Fibonacci targets, okay? Does not mean it's going to hit it. But same thing with GBTC, guys. It's the swing down, and then it seems like it's into a temporary uptrend too, and it's going to be swinging back down. This is actually the target that I'm looking for, which is the $12. You know, maybe that will be the area that it will bounce. That's still, if it gets up there, it'd be 22% drop in that area. But that from there, it's 16% drop from where it is right now. Okay, guys. So the 40-period moving average be going along like that. Okay, so now like GBTC has this correction. Now it's in a temporary uptrend, and this is going to take the correction to last even longer. And it looks like the end of July for this. The end of July. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's doing a move over here, and then maybe you get out of there in that section, guys. So that means probably BTC is going to have an extended correction too over here. Okay. Or BTC, excuse me. So BTC is basically the same thing. And on the daily chart, I'm waiting for to clear on the daily chart here, guys. So here's the deal with Bitcoin. Okay. It's looking like it's going to extend into an X wave. Okay. I'll explain that to you. You see the support and resistance that I put on there? It tags it pretty good. Right there. I've had that the whole time. Bounce right out there, right there, you know, up here and up there. And then down here, you can see the support and resistance. The ones that go vertical, it usually hits it the best, in my opinion. But with Bitcoin, there's data, algo data, suggesting that Bitcoin may be going into an uptrend until the middle of June in this time frame. Where can it go to? Could hit 23.8, and it might go back up to this supply zone again, guys. That massive supply zone up top, which is from way over here, top there, hit it again, come back down, hit it one more time to possibly come back down for Bitcoin. So what it's doing, in my opinion, is extending in the next wave. You got a 3-wave move there, okay? 3-wave move here, 3-wave move there, back up into another 3-wave move. And these things can get aggressive, X wave, get everybody bullish again. And then it could be coming back down into a 3-wave move. If it gets high enough up into the zone, even 30,000, it could come back down in 5, which actually, in my opinion, would be better for Bitcoin because that would be a good wave 2 correction. Okay. It'd be a really, really nice correction. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it could. Okay. So your 3 and this whole section would end up being a 3. If it gets up high enough, it could whiz back down into a 5-wave move back down, you know, wherever these areas, guys. Okay. So that's a possibility for Bitcoin. And if it doesn't get high enough, then it'll just continue into probably a 3-wave move back down, like a grind. These will grind. So you got this whole section end up being a 3-wave move, maybe just to there, and then maybe do another 3-wave move back down to this time frame, more or less is what I'm looking at. It looks like the middle of July. So this whole X wave section is extending. Okay. It's extending. It looks like it's going to extend. Okay. So this section right here would be this section right here. Okay. So you have a section right there. Okay, 3-wave move, and then this whole thing. You got your 3-wave move. It came back down for a 3-wave move. And it's going to bounce back up for a 3-wave move, and this could get aggressive. Okay, looks like it wants to get aggressive too. Get everybody bullish. Hits that supply zone, come back down, then hit that demand zone. Would be the target area. Could it go down farther? Definitely could, guys. It definitely could. So looks like the wait is going to end up being a little bit longer. I was hoping the end of June would finish this up, but it doesn't look like it's going to do that. Just doesn't look like it's going to do that, guys. So if you're in Bitcoin, depending on your trades that you're in, okay, if it does get up there and it hits that supply zone, depending on what you're doing, you know, you consider exiting out, okay? Exiting out, because it's probably more likely, in my opinion, the higher probability to do something like that, okay? This will get everybody bullish, man. This will get everybody bullish if that happens. If that gets up there, bounces really good, especially if it gets up into that zone, okay? That supply zone. That's what it hit last time to correct, bounce up, correct. It'll hit that again. It's getting that supply, go back down, okay? So, and then the whole thing will either be a type of flat move or a WXY move to this section on there. So on the weekly chart, go to the weekly chart on Bitcoin. Is what I would expect is something similar to GBTC, okay? So tag that fair value gap, perfect, all right? There's a supply zone right above its head, and there's another one up there at 29,300, and it'll come back down, and I'm thinking it's going to probably go right along and go into this area of that 40 period simple moving average. It's a simple moving average, not exponential, okay? Back up, and then it'll come back down to those areas, and then maybe even have a tag on that. and then maybe get out of there, guys, is what I'd be checking out. Seems like it wants to come down in this 40-period moving average. So here's a 9. It's below the 9, right? Went below the 9. Tag the 21, bounce back up, and then it's going to make its trek to get its supply to make its trek to the 40. Okay? So that's how I'm looking at that. It's going to be a period of time for this to finish it off. Now, the long-term time frame on Bitcoin is, what is it going to do after that? Right? What's it going to do once it gets down to this section in July? MicroStrategy looks like it wants to go into a wave. So more likely Bitcoin is going to do in a wave. But what is it going to be? You know, is it going to be A? Is it going to be A, B, C? Don't know. Or is it going to be 1, 2, 3? Don't know. Or, I mean, there's all kinds of other weird stuff it could do too, guys. You know, maybe it's going to be really, really bullish. I mean, if you want to be bullish, like you want to be a Moonboy bullish on Bitcoin, okay, then you're going to want to see it come down. Here's its, let's say, second wave to this area. Then you want it to rip off another wave, probably kind of like that, go up to like maybe 35K and come back down and make another wave like that, where you have 1, 2, 1, 2, but the Bitcoin's been sideways for all the way, you know, for basically February 23 to December of 23. That's what you really want to see if you're like mega Moonboy, because I don't see it ripping any other way. Like to do this mega moonshot, that's what it would have to do to do a mega moonshot, okay, in my opinion. But if it just does this, if it's just doing 1, 2, and it goes into a 3, you know, the target's going to be like 55, maybe up near 60 or something like that. Okay, so the bears are saying that it is it's just a bounce, and this will be a serious bearish sentiment too, guys. If you think about this, if this comes up and hits that supply zone again, you're going to have double top. You're going to have short sellers going to come in to push that back down. Okay. And that'll be all over the internet. Double top for the bears. But if the bulls will be saying, oh, new bull trend. Okay. So you have to stay on top of the psychology of the market or what they say, because, you know, usually it's not going to be what are the majority of the bears saying or what are the majority of the bulls saying. It's going to be somewhere in between, more than likely. Okay. So it remains to be seen what's going to be going on. You have a lot of altcoins, though. You have a lot of altcoins with really, really nice solid waves, come back down. Even if Bitcoin is just going to go into some good, decent bounce like that, you have some altcoins that are going to be able to do a wave over there. Okay. So that's how I look at that right for right now. I wish I had better news for you, but I really do think that Bitcoin is going to probably be in a temporary uptrend to get people bullish again. Wouldn't be a surprise. Think about that. Get a bullish again, go up, hit that supply. It's going to come back down into July timeframe, middle of July now, to finish off the wave sequence. And if you think about this, is reasonable, guys. You know, like if you think about this, right? Here's a wave that it took, wave 1, 140 days, and it's going to need to take some time to get in there to start the whole thing. Okay, don't go like over here and go, oh, well, look at this wave. You know, just boom, took a little bit of time. That's an actual third wave. Third waves, they go up and they have very shallow corrections usually, and they don't last as long because it's in the third wave. The euphoria, the momentum's already set into it. So this would be more like, here's this first wave, right? Kind of like over here. Here's Bitcoin's first wave, if you will. And then look at this second wave that had to do, flush everybody out, boom, and then get out of there. And you could be in a similar situation over here. But there's a couple options that are going to go on. If you want to be mega bullish, you want this to be 1, 2, and then go up into another 1, 2, and it's going to be sideways for months, if that's what you want. And you want to see it just go into a 3 of a 3 of a 3, or 3 of a 3 over here. And that would coincide with the 4-year cycle theory. It's the only thing that would make sense to me. But then if it's just 1, 2, and it's going into a 3, yeah, it's going to be done probably sooner than people realize. Just, I don't know. It's all speculation on what's going on. With the NASDAQ, if it's going to be continuing to trend up and it's in my opinion, is it the start of the bull market? You know, I could be wrong about that. I could be wrong that is the start of the bull market and it's not in a bounce. Okay. But this bounce can last for a year. You know, it started, let's see, October 22. This could go into October of 23. Oh, it could go 18 months. We don't know yet. It's not uncommon for a bounce like This is what I don't get. Like with all these YouTubes, like it can do a corrective bounce like it did right over here for what was this? November, December 18, February 20, over a year right there. That's a three-way bounce, just like it did in 1987. Okay, back here, I go over this all the time in the thing. I think there's a good possibility that there's a type of move like this. Back down, it crashed 1987, went back up for three ways for 2 years, and then did another crash over here, but didn't break the low. Didn't break the low, and it could just continue on its trend. And by the way, on the NASDAQ, what I just showed you is a second wave correction. And on the NASDAQ right here, this is the completion of a first wave of the lower sequence of the primary first wave over here. So this is a wave one, and this just so happens to be a second wave correction too. Is it done there? Or, with the NASDAQ, is it done there? Bull trend? Some people can say that. There's definitely an argument for that. And is it going up to continue the trend with corrections along the way, or is it going to be doing something similar to do a crash, like maybe not that low. Let me, I don't want to scare people and thinking, oh, it's going to go that low. I'm not saying it could go back up only to come back down like that or in this area and then continue on. And then this whole freaking thing is the second wave correction. And if that's the case, then the NASDAQ is in a corrective bounce, which, maybe does affect Bitcoin a little bit. Okay. So Bitcoin is like, let's say Bitcoin over here in the market, and then it's like, okay, we'll come down, do a correction. And then, it'll go up into a wave one, do another correction. So it's sideways for a little while NASDAQ's in a corrective bounce. And then somewhere in the future, then it's able to start getting out of there or something like that. Just don't know. It's just speculation and stuff like that. You have time to plan with crypto right now over the course of the next 30 days, or probably, let me see, what is this, June 7th, all the way going up to it, probably maybe even the middle of July. Middle of July, it could even maybe go on longer. MicroStrategy is probably saying something along, into the mid-July. GBTC is kind of saying the same thing in the mid-July. So more than likely, Bitcoin, odds are telling you mid-July. So that's just a reality of it. I know people don't want to hear that. I want to hear it's going to continue to go up. I'm not going to say that's going to continue. I mean, is it in a bullish trend? Yeah, it's in a bullish trend, but I'm not going to say, hey, if it's going to be trending down for a period of time, even though it's going to go up on the short time frames, the medium term or weekly time frame is up. So I'll show you, like, if you go to the month on Bitcoin, the trend is up on the monthly. Okay. But on the weekly, the trend has a bias to the downside. Okay. But on the daily, the trend on Bitcoin, I don't know if any of you guys like to geek out on stuff like this, but I do. The trend is temporary this way. Okay. So you see, you have a trend within a trend within a trend. The monthly trend is positive. The weekly trend is biased to the downside, but the daily trend right now is biased to the upside. And that's how it works. That's how markets work. So, but there's uncertainty in the market, and people are always searching for certainty in the market. That's why they want to know about this. They keep asking the questions. There is no conclusive question. There never will be a conclusive question about certainty in the markets. You won't ever find it. You won't ever get it. You got to just deal with probabilities. My probabilities could be wrong. Maybe it's not going to be doing that, but I think that it is. Because probability saying it's happening over here, GBTC. Probability saying it's happening over here with MicroStrategy. So more than likely, my probability could be more than accurate with the probability of it doing like that. How high is it going to go? I don't know. But I'm saying there's a potential. If it gets up to that supply zone, okay, that's bear territory. Bear territory. It's been in a downtrend. It gets to that supply zone, that massive supply zone again. That is bear territory. They'll be up there, okay, ready to pounce. Ready to get that thing to go back down here. Just saying. You made it all the way to the end. Do me a huge favor. Drop a like. Hit the subscribe button. Peace.